Okay, guys, on this episode of Why Am I in My Kitchen on Ginger Snap Customs, I want to talk about coolant crossovers. One, if you're working on them, you need heat. Don't try things without it because you'll regret it. PB Blaster's your friend. So, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around. You can see my dirty countertop, and I will show you what I was working on this evening. It's a single thermostat housing off of a 9162 that is going to end up in a 9465. So I'll flip this around and we'll talk about it. So here's our crossover. As you can see, it's a little on the crusty side because it was on a truck for 30 years. So, all right here on a 6.2 on a single thermostat crossover is a pipe plug. That pipe plug is miserable to get out. I suggest, because you can actually get from the inside, you can see daylight just as well as I can, that you go ahead and take an opportunity to heat this up. So what I use is just a MAP gas torch, and I go ahead and I heat from inside this leg, blow the warmth up, heat up the bottom of these threads, heat up the top, penetrating oil from both sides, heat it for about 2 minutes, let it cool, 2 minutes, cool, do it 3 or 4 times, put your square 7/16 socket on here or an extractor bit, get yourself a 36-inch long ratchet and just slowly turn. Yes, it will come out. Just continue heating and cooling until it removes itself. Heater nipples, this one's staying in because the quick disconnect on the other truck is already been removed. So I just left the nipple in place. In this case, something else was wrong. Most of you are probably aware of these. Why are there chips? Oh, all right. So we had a broken bolt. A lot of times the side with the T-drain breaks, actually, and the stud breaks off in here, but in this case, this was the opposite. Broke clean off. So what I ended up doing is center punching it, drilling it out slightly to the left, all the way out till a 1132 drill bit fit, and then I put a M10 by 1.5 tap through. I wanted to tap the other side too because the broken bolt was broke off, but there's no sticking out or grab some vice grips and spun him out. But just for sanity's sake, clearing tap here, cutting tap here, and like I said, to prevent yourself from breaking these ears, go ahead and heat up the housing. You're not going to hurt it. This thing sees 200-degree coolant all the time, and it sees heating and cooling cycles. So warm it up when you're working on it, and that way you don't bust off these little fellas here. And also, if it's out of the truck like this one was, wrap a towel around these horns, and that way you don't break off these mounting tabs, because if you do, well, you can see here, you'd be leaking like a sieve. So that said, here's our coolant crossover. It's all cleaned up. I put brand new bolts in it, and it is now ready to find its way onto another gentleman's truck. So I'll get it wrapped up, put in a box, but I wanted to talk to you guys about, just remember, use heat to extract this. Use heat to get these bolts out. Be slow when you're turning them, penetrant from both sides because they are through holes as we were showing earlier. And it makes it a little bit easier to disassemble. But there you have it. Be careful, heat them up, use penetrating oil, and watch your eyes in case any of the threads break and fly. So thanks again, guys.